National parks, America's treasures, places of breathtaking beauty, but beneath the majesty, a darkness lurks. These vast wildernesses hold secrets, mysteries whispered on the wind, stories of those who ventured in, never to return. Yosemite National Park stands as a stark example. Its towering granite cliffs and cascading waterfalls have captivated countless souls. But some journeys into this natural wonderland end not in awe, but in chilling silence. July 1981, a time when the world was simpler and the call of the wild was irresistible to many. Stacy Ann Arras, a vibrant 26-year-old, embarks on a solo adventure. Her spirit was full of excitement and curiosity, ready to embrace the unknown. Yosemite called to her spirit. The majestic landscapes, the towering cliffs, and the serene valleys beckoned her to explore their depths. She longed to capture its beauty through her camera lens. Photography was her passion, and Yosemite was the perfect canvas. Stacy, an experienced hiker, felt at ease in the wilderness. The trails were her second home, and she navigated them with confidence and grace. She planned a week-long trip. Every detail was meticulously thought out. From the trails she would hike to the spots she would photograph, her itinerary hike trails, photograph breathtaking vistas, and immerse herself in nature's grandeur. Each day promised new adventures and discoveries. Stacy arrived at the park, her heart filled with anticipation. The air was crisp, and the scent of pine filled her senses. She set up camp, eager to explore. The wilderness was her playground, and she was ready to uncover its secrets. Little did she know this journey would take a sinister turn. The foggy forest held mysteries that were yet to be revealed, one that would forever etch her name in Yosemite's haunting history, a tale of adventure, mystery, and the unknown. Days passed. Stacy hiked through meadows and forests. Her camera diligently documented the park's splendor. One afternoon, she found herself drawn to the serene beauty of Sunrise Lake. The sun glinted off the water, inviting her in. Stacy decided to hike down to the lake's edge. She wanted to capture the perfect shot, the light dancing on the water. Leaving her backpack on a nearby rock, she ventured closer. That was the last time anyone saw Stacy Ann Arras. Days turned into weeks. Stacy's family grew frantic, their worry etched deeply into their faces. Every passing day without news felt like an eternity. They clung to hope, but the silence was deafening. They reported her missing to park rangers, who immediately took action. The rangers, seasoned and experienced, knew the terrain well. They understood the urgency and the gravity of the situation. A massive search and rescue operation swung into action. Volunteers from nearby towns joined forces with professional search teams. The community came together, united by a common goal to find Stacy. Teams scoured the area around Sunrise Lake, meticulously checking every nook and cranny. The lake, serene and beautiful, now held a somber significance. They combed through dense undergrowth, battling the thick foliage and the elements. The forest, usually a place of tranquility, now seemed ominous and unyielding. They rappelled down treacherous cliffs, risking their own safety in the hope of finding any trace of Stacy. The cliffs, steep and dangerous, were thoroughly examined. Divers searched the depths of the lake itself, navigating the murky waters, but Stacy had vanished without a trace, leaving everyone baffled and heartbroken. As if swallowed whole by the wilderness, Stacy's disappearance was a chilling reminder of nature's vastness and unpredictability. The lack of clues deepened the mystery. Every lead seemed to end in a deadlock, and every theory was met with more questions than answers. Days turned into weeks. and hope began to dwindle. The relentless passage of time weighed heavily on everyone involved. The once vibrant search efforts started to wane. The search continued, but the question remained: what happened to Stacy Ann Arras? The forest held its secrets tightly, and the answer seemed just out of reach. The lens cap, a single clue. Weeks into the search, a glimmer of hope emerged. The dense fog that had shrouded the forest for days finally began to lift, revealing a landscape that had been meticulously combed by volunteers and professionals alike. Searchers discovered a small, seemingly insignificant item, a camera lens cap. It was Stacy's. This tiny object, overlooked by many, suddenly became the focal point of the investigation. They found it near the edge of Sunrise Lake, close to where she was last seen. The discovery fueled speculation. Was this a sign that Stacy had been here recently, or had it been lying there unnoticed for days? Had Stacy simply dropped the lens cap, perhaps in a moment of distraction while taking photos of the serene landscape? Or was there something more sinister at play? Could someone have deliberately placed it there to mislead the search efforts? The lens cap offered a tantalizing clue. It was a breadcrumb in a forest of uncertainty, a small piece of the puzzle that hinted at a larger story, but it did little to solve the mystery of Stacy's disappearance. The searchers were left with more questions than answers, and the forest held onto its secrets a little longer. Whispers in the wilderness, theories and speculation. With no trace of Stacy, theories began to swirl. Some whispered of a tragic accident. Had she slipped and fallen into the lake? Or perhaps encountered a wild animal? Others entertained darker possibilities. Could Stacy have been the victim of foul play? Yosemite, despite its beauty, held a dark side. There had been other disappearances in the park's history, cases that remained unsolved. Could Stacy's disappearance be another tragic chapter in the park's dark lore? The possibility of abduction sent chills down the spines of investigators. Could someone have taken Stacy? The vastness of the park offered endless hiding places, but there was no evidence of a struggle, no sign of forced entry into her car. Despite the lack of evidence, the abduction theory persisted. The thought that someone could vanish without a trace, snatched from one of America's most beloved parks, was a chilling prospect. Another theory centered on the unforgiving nature of the wilderness itself. Yosemite's rugged terrain posed real dangers. Could Stacy have wandered off the trail, become disoriented, and succumbed to the elements? Experienced hikers knew the risks. One wrong step could lead to disaster. But Stacy was no stranger to the outdoors. She was well prepared and familiar with the area. Could the wilderness have claimed her so completely, leaving behind no trace? Years have passed since Stacy Ann Arras vanished. The search efforts have long since ceased, but her story continues to echo through Yosemite Valley. It serves as a chilling reminder of the park's untamed beauty and the mysteries it holds. Stacy's case, like others before it, remains unsolved. The passage of time has only deepened the mystery. The wilderness, it seems, guards its secrets closely. The disappearance of Stacy Ann Arras stands as a haunting enigma. Did she meet with a tragic end? Her fate forever entwined with the wilderness? Or did something more sinister befall her on that fateful day at Sunrise Lake? The answers, it seems, lie buried somewhere within Yosemite's vast and unforgiving landscape. A chilling reminder that even in the most beautiful places, darkness can lurk. and some questions may never be answered.